How's it going, everyone? This is Fopple with Cloudstream 15. I have on the docket today Chorus, and Deep Silver Games. This is a game by Deep Silver. I know nothing about this developer, unfortunately, but I have heard a bit about this game. It was on Xbox, Outside Xbox, introducing. They let us know that it was going to be on Xbox Game Pass. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Medium, permanent death, off, speaker type. Alright, I'm not going to worry about a ton about that. 5 logos are visible. Logo on the left should be barely visible. Barely visible. It is barely visible. Okay, cool. So there is a bit of adjustment. So this is probably going to be some element of horror. Ooh, story immediately. That is absolutely my jam. I like that. I don't want it to be super
peace and safety for people.
Exposition-y, but I do like there being story.
Eternal harmony for everyone.
Okay.
Taught by the great prophet himself. I saw him as the father I never had.
This obviously doesn't make for like
a
great
healer helping the sick,
gameplay to
and a
watch,
true guiding light for us all.
but
I became
it
his best pilot.
gives me something to invest
His
in. It gives me a reason to continue playing the game.
My talents
Things I'm going to be
and those
looking
of
for
other
immediately,
elders
since
were
there is some story. I like that bit. It's going to get a good rating,
He taught
probably
us to
by
tap
the end.
into the ether and unleash
I'll
gifts
start a
that
timer
lay
once
suppressed inside us.
absolutely starts. 15 minutes
The
before
same
I
powers the menacing
unfairly judge
faceless harness from inside their void. Nothing was able to stop the power of
Cool.
the
So
circle.
if I do find this game interesting,
Nothing was able to
I
stop
probably will
me.
come back to it just to find out what all this story bits
Then
are
he
about.
changed. Something happened.
Oh,
and
actually,
suddenly no sacrifice was too much.
okay.
Mimica
So
Prime. A
already a bit
rebellious
of
world
tension
refused
right
the
at the very
harmonious
beginning.
doctrine of Chorus. An
And he
order was
destroyed
given,
them.
one which every elder must follow, even if they disagreed.
Destroy that planet, Nara.
I
I
hesitated,
do like this so far.
but I didn't. I gathered all my anger. And billions died.
Okay. I think this is going to be like a
I
redemption
heard
story.
them scream. That day I left the circle.
It's kind of what it
Turned
seems
my
like it's
ship
going to be.
towards the rift, ready to stop it or die. Keisha died first. Urum soon followed.
The only thing I will say is that this is a little
My
long.
brother in Chorus was hit, so I left him behind. I left them all behind.
I know this is nowhere near
And
the
I
sort of
fled.
intro bits to Metal Gear Solid. One of them, I don't know which one it is, but it's like an hour long before you get to the good bits of the game. I don't know how long this has been so far. I could check, but I don't really want to. Once we get out of... Okay, it looks like it's been 4 minutes, and we're still not in the game, which is
You're close
not
enough,
great.
Nara.
It is a little long to be waiting to get into the game.
Time to test that access code.
Okay. Getting me into the
Transmitting.
mechanics right away. I'm still not in control. This is still a cutscene.
You only have
Oh,
a few
okay.
seconds to get inside before the security system re-engages.
What I'm gonna guess
But, honey,
is that the trigger is to accelerate.
In the shadows.
We'll find out how intuitive these controls are, and if there's anything new that this game brings to the table. Oh, okay. I guess it's still not. I'm still not in control. We are. Yeah,
How
so
are
that
you
was
doing
4
in
minutes.
there?
We're coming up on 5 minutes. Here we are. Okay. This looks like.
just bring yourself
Start.
back.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Some
So it
major
is
power cells for the
not.
engine.
Okay. It is not as intuitive as I suppose it is, but okay. This plays more like a first-person shooter than it does a racing game.
They never had a chance.
Yes, that's probably the most accurate way to go about it, or to describe it, is this plays more like a first-person shooter.
Even the
trigger.
Cleansing doctrine.
Who betrayed them?
Never found out.
A power cell.
Yeah, so here's strafe. Left
I got one.
stick
Perfect.
is
Medutech can
for
power the Enclave for years.
If the circle doesn't
ship
find us,
movements,
I can still
forward
reach
and
out
side to side,
the
and then
senses and find them.
my x-axis and y-axis, I guess. My axis moving. My axis. That's a good way to describe it. My axes are my right stick and
really are one of
my
a
actual
kind,
ship
huh?
movement.
How did you
Left
find
stick.
that?
I'm heading deeper, Sam.
They must never know about my right. About me.
Okay. So what it sounds like is she is keeping something from them, which is, inherently interesting. Okay. Require interesting to be used. Energy bar shows how much you currently have. I don't know what this is talking about. This must go I don't know. Oh, I have to collect power cells, and I have 3 of them. Okay, cool. Okay, so I just held something in the bottom right. It was, I guess, a scanner. And it did show me where this thing was. So it does help you a little bit. It's not that, and that wasn't actually part of the tutorial either.
I'm moving on to engineering.
Left trigger doesn't seem to be doing anything. Neither does X. Y, B, A is the scanner.
Careful, automated security could still be active.
None of these buttons seem to be doing anything except for unless part of the tutorial is that it's going to introduce me to these things. I don't feel like this is going to be actually super
Nice shooting.
intuitive.
But the section is under lockdown.
I'll find a way. Or make one.
I can sense the barrier
What
field's
do
energy
I
flow.
like about
Good.
this so far?
No power, no barrier field.
Okay, the whispering going on is telling me that there is either she's listening to voices in her head, or I've heard before that the ship might be sentient. What is this? Oh, I collect it.
Credits. Might buy me a nice upgrade of the Enclave.
It is a little bulky. Like, I get that it's a ship, but this doesn't make for easy maneuvering. I don't know what I expected, I guess. It can overheat. You can see the bars across the side. This is where collect power. Oh, okay. I should read the mission objectives. I need to collect power cells. Oh. Okay, we disengage power. Yes. That seems pretty straightforward, actually. To shoot the glowy bits. It's not straightforward. Not straightforward. Gosh dang, this is difficult to control. It's not moving as cleanly as I would like it to. Especially with things being in such a tight quarters. And we having to find things like pretty much right away. I immediately don't know what to do. She said I'll find a way, so that leads me to believe that I need to not be looking for a straightforward answer. But there doesn't seem. Oh,
Are
okay.
you leaving?
Not yet.
Oh, gosh dang
I
it.
still need to
Okay.
find more. No. I should search inside.
What do you mean inside? What the heck? Okay. Okay. this is genuinely not taking me. Oh, there's inside. Okay. Part of being a video gamey person, is there a certain video game conventions that you know and to follow? You sort of learn as they come up. This was one of them that the answer is not always immediately straightforward. But once you get it, you feel like an idiot.
You're amazing.
That's just basically how it goes. Sav. Someone is Sav. That might be the ship. Okay, so far there's no, like, accelerate. I mean, like, make it go faster. Scavenge the Arctic.
An incredible sight.
Wreck.
They built her big.
Power cells.
Yes, big and slow. The perfect circle target.
Moving
What?
in. I still have space for more power cells.
So Nara has
you
an
okay, Nara?
ulterior motive
It's nothing.
to
Sav.
all this.
Just remember.
Oh, Sav is the captain.
The pain's still there, deep inside.
She remembers
So
the
the art
massacre that she caused. Oh,
Transport
there it
jump
is. Okay.
gates.
Yes. Crossed space the old way. Engineers, pioneers, their families,
Okay, there
all
they are.
looking for a new beginning.
One in here,
Long journey
one down
just to
here.
die.
Okay, so I foresee a problem that in enclosed spaces, it's a bit tight to move, but in wide spaces, unless you're using the booster, it's going to feel like it's taking for absolute ever to get anywhere. Which is kind of how I feel right now. Also, in enclosed spaces, I don't see I get this is the tutorial phase, but this is boring. I don't know if. Oh, okay. Come on, do something. I'm also low on health, and I don't know how to do anything about that. Okay, there we go. How do I feel about it so far? The graphics are pretty good. It's supposed to be like a futuristic kind of realism, and it does that. It does that successfully. The mechanics are pretty intuitive. You know, I mentioned it plays more like a first-person shooter than as a driving game or a flying game. I would typically associate that with the trigger being to accelerate. And that is just not the case here, which is fine. It does play fairly well. Story, it does introduce a story immediately, which I do like, but it took forever to get into the game. It also seems like the tutorial bit is just taking forever. I've been here a while, and this level is so big, and this is fetchy. This is fetch questy.
I've retrieved almost all the cells.
Yeah, good.
It says there's a ton.
You okay?
I knew what had happened here, but seeing it, all those people,
Oh.
the dreams, plans, all dead.
I know. It's cult work.
My work. Once, I perfected those very doctrines.
Oh.
Sav, all power cells collected.
Okay, cool.
They're all dead.
Their
Moving
blood
on to
is
the
not
next
on
bit.
your hands. It's on the cult
On
leaders.
the cult leaders.
On mine.
You're right,
What's next?
I guess.
Story.
And get out of there. Come home, Nara.
What are you hiding?
Okay, let's get out of here. The Enclave. Too many things are named Enclave. Alright, let's get out of here.
A memory.
I didn't like this bit. I didn't like how long this took.
Could
Whoa!
reveal them.
Heavy contact. Engaging boost.
Okay, let's do it.
I have company,
Yeah.
Sav. Pirate crows.
Okay.
Get out of there. Drop the cargo if you must.
Boss battle? Kind of.
Okay, Captain.
It hasn't introduced me to
Hand
any
over
other
your
weapon.
cargo and maybe we'll let you go.
I assume it's going to, though. I assume it's going to, like, give me missiles at this point. This was a tutorial section, so it is introducing the buttons, just like one by one. This is where the close proximity, where it's not turning as quickly or as cleanly as I want to, becomes a problem. What it does want you to do is it wants you to balance all the mechanics that it's used so far, but it didn't do a great job introducing them. So you kind of develop a way to play, and then it wants you to integrate everything else when it should just do everything all at once. Okay. I don't like this. Maybe this is just me being bad at this game, but I like that there's story
Rest in peace.
right away.
I'm in the clear. They're dead
There's so far a lot that I don't
now. It's
like.
their choice. I didn't want them to follow me to the Enclave.
Understood. It was the right call.
Ooh, cool. I don't know. Okay, there we go. So these nav points would have been useful.
Memories from the past.
Don't think I'll ever come back here. Maybe I can still sense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna come back here.
I won't miss this graveyard.
So there's other collectibles in here. It's asking if I wanted to stay, or at least it seemed like it was.
Sav, the cargo is secure.
just check the time.
Stable. I'm heading back to the Enclave.
Good job, Nara.
I don't know how I feel about this game so far. I don't know if this is a game that I would continue to play. Cover vast distances. Oh, okay, so
Sublight
super
drive still
acceleration.
works.
Nara, I was
Ooh,
thinking,
what is that?
all these years, I've never seen you afraid of anything.
Ooh,
And the way you fight, precise, deadly.
this
You could earn a
would be
fortune
cool
anywhere
if I
else.
can get out of the ship,
I'm
which
not
is not made
leaving, Stega.
immediately known if I can do that.
But things here might change.
You're expecting trouble?
Just come over and we'll talk.
I'll see about that.
Yeah. So it's just giving me different nav points. This is just so story can be revealed. Reach the Enclave. Oh. I'm not there yet. Okay, that's annoying.
Hey, Scavenger Nara. I could use some help.
There are side
Understood.
quests.
Nara,
I do kind of
Okay.
like that.
I'm listening.
it's a quick delivery, but I'd feel safer if someone like you could watch my back
and
and
handle things. Okay, so this is a VIP
Sounds like trouble.
escort mission.
I'll pay you.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I'll do
Where
that.
to?
I won't have time
Sandwich
to finish
Outpost.
this, but
It's not that
that's
far.
fine. I do like their side quests that gives it a bit of an extra dimension aside from just like it
Azal,
being just a straight up
didn't
ship
you work at
shooter.
the Enclave?
Yeah, I fixed that ship of yours a few times, but I left after it. Well, I still owe Sav. I've got my own workshop now. Business is good, but I lost
How
some
do I
credits.
feel about this so far? The music's not so far
Damn
been
game
super
was
noticeable.
rigged.
And now you owe the pirates.
Yeah.
I'll pay him right after this delivery.
I see.
While piling up new debts.
Oh, there it is. That's it. Okay, so... Oh, I'm falling way behind. Alright, so... 15 minutes... After 15 minutes, it's not great for this game. It's fun. But the mechanics of it are kind of intuitive. As I mentioned, it plays more like a first-person
We're here.
shooter than as
Might
like a
drop off my
racing
goods
game or
fast.
just an immediate shooter. Yeah, here's the...
Finally found you.
Yeah, I don't care.
I
All right,
have your
so
credits.
the art style is pretty cool. It's kind of a
Story's
futuristic,
really old.
future realistic kind of thing. It
Nara, can you maybe...
feels strange in...
Okay.
It feels strange in close quarters.
Fine with me.
Yeah, it feels strange in close quarters because it doesn't move as quickly as you want it to. It turns too wide, and so when something gets behind you, I guess that's kind of the challenge of the whole
Thanks,
thing.
Nara.
You owe me now.
I know. My cargo's still at the Enclave.
Plot
It's
and
yours.
pacing. I do like the story. I do like that there is story. I wasn't listening the entire time, but I do like that there was story. Pacing, it took forever to get into this game, and then it just feels like between the tutorial bits that things just also take forever. I actually
Use
just
the
got off.
acceleration gates to the Enclave.
I just
Right,
got off
you
with a
shouldn't
friend,
stay out in the open.
and he quit after 5 minutes just because, well, he says he couldn't get into the story, but also the mechanics just, it felt like everything, the tutorial just took forever, which I get. I do feel like that at this point. As far as accessibility goes, I do think this is a game that is easy enough for someone to get into and play. Would they enjoy it? That's kind of on them. The tutorial sucks for a lot of people. It turns off a lot of people, and in this case, it did for me.
We made it.
I don't like slow
Here.
reveal
It's what
tutorials,
you covered,
especially
plus
when there is
my
a
cut
certain
from the
way to play a
delivery
game.
Thanks.
If I repay Sav, I might get my old
So
job back.
this is probably not a game that I'll come back
Maybe.
to. The tutorial just kind of actually slowed me down and turned off my interest in the whole thing. So that's where I stand. Let me know, folks. Did it hold your attention? This was Fopple, Cloudstream
Sav,
15.
I'm
I
coming
will
in.
see you folks next
Your
time.
G power cells
Thanks.
are all safe.
And your landing bay is ready.